Okay, this is Zach with Crestland Gardens, and this is my video for my DIY Arid Reptile Enclosure. This is for a Uromastyx Geyri, or Geyri, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. There are many common names, but I go by the Saharan Uromastyx. Ours is named Scorpion. We have had it for about 1 month. Uh, if you want to see what its previous enclosure looked like, you can check out our channel. There are several videos of it, inside the enclosure, and you can kind of see the layout. And I don't have a build enclosure, but I have kind of a tour that you can take a look at it if you'd like. This is a 100% DIY build. The design is based on Phil Leet's method of Arid's Only channel. And if you want to see that video, which I think you should because it's awesome, there's a link in the description. Now, I'm not doing it exactly how he does his. This is definitely my twist on it, and I'm kind of trying to do something original, which you notice that from the title. This is part one. Not that this part isn't original, but this is pretty close to what Phil does. But there will be a second aspect to it that I just haven't seen a lot of people on YouTube doing, and I think might be pretty interesting. So speaking of that, I do want to talk a little bit about what type of reptile keeper I want to be. I want highly naturalistic enclosures, and that includes things like light, UVB, heat, soil needs, those kind of things. Bioactive is important to me. I'm going to build up to getting oversized enclosures. I think that's important. Just giving the animal enough space, and even if it doesn't use it all, I'm going to limit myself to, a few reptiles and give them more than what they need, just so they have it. I do want to provide lots of enrichment opportunities, and that's something I really want to be focusing on, I think, on my channel, is what types of enrichment opportunities I can provide to the specific species that I keep. And last, I want to keep to limited appropriate handling. I'm not huge on handling myself. My kids, really want to handle their animals, and I want to give that opportunity to them, but I don't want to overdo it. I want the animal to feel comfortable and know that, our hands are safe, our voices are safe, that kind of thing. But I don't feel the need to overdo it, especially with the Carson's gilded lizards that we have, girdled lizards. So, that being said, let's start the build video. I started out with one 4x8, 23 30-seconds thickness plywood, cut into four 3-foot by 2-foot sections and two 2-foot by 2-foot sections. When assembled, the two longer side walls will stick up a little, which will hold the screen frame in place. Alright, so we've put all the pieces together, and you can see we've got little braces holding in the edges and the top racks, and then all that will get covered up by hardscape. So we're running at a 2-foot by 2-foot by 3-foot section, and then we will cut a little door into this area, which can be flipped up, and then it can go out into the other area, which will. I applied Reptile Safe silicone to the seams, gaps, and corners. This ensures a water and critter seal at the bottom. Any places where my cuts weren't straight and things didn't quite line up right, I don't want springtails getting through or something like that. I painted 4 to 5 layers of Drylock to seal the wood and to give kind of that rock-like feel to the sidewalls. Don't worry, I did have a little help. But I think that Drylock just kind of gives that surface um, something that's a little more natural to the animal and also would help with shedding. I'll take a second just to note that all found materials that we included were sterilized before they were put in. So then my son set up the hardscape. We started with uh, large foundation rocks and a large found stump as a base. We filled in some soil, a mix of 30 to 40% play sand, 10 to 20% pea gravel, and about 50% topsoil. This was layered and mixed to create moisture pockets for the bioactive invertebrates that will be living in the soil. And thank you to BioDude for that information. He designed the rock arrangement with hides and burrowing in mind, based on the animal's behavior so far. The rocks are placed on the foundation stones to ensure that the animal doesn't get crushed. It's very important with these animals. Some final touches with driftwood and branches finishes off the natural look. Perfect. Great job. All right, here it is, all finished. Well, mostly finished, and there he goes.
God.
But he was like this. I'm on the rock.
All right, Paul, use your arms and point out some of the features of your enclosure.
So we got this large stump. You probably cannot see it, but there is fungi on it somewhere. I don't know where. We have a couple of branches connected to the stump.
Mm-hmm.
We got
So what is that? Is that like the branches were from the stump?
No,
From the tree that the stump came from?
The branches were from a different tree that just fell off.
Okay.
So we got the rocks from the other tank. He's probably exploring right now, but
let's kind of get some video of it.
we got a lot of layers of he's scared of sand and dirt.
Mm-hmm.
We got obviously you can see, but we have some rocks, mini pebbles in there too.
Like on top or mixed in?
Mixed in probably, but some of them are on top. We have a hide right here.
Is it big or small?
It's very big. Jeez, you're fast. And we got hides like over here, under here, around there-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Right now he's just scared.
Doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a pretty good tour. All right, honey, hand it back.
It is time.
It is time. Good job.